Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing this kit that I bought from Craft Stash, which is a company that's UK based. And this is from the Frida Kahlo Association or something. I don't know. I found it on their site. I will leave it linked down below if it's still in stock. But I just loved it. I loved it so much. This was my one crafty purchase in March. I did also purchase a Zentangle book. So I had two crafty purchases, but I could not resist this one. This is the 8x8 paper pad that came in the kit, and it has 4 different pattern papers, and then these 2 pages that are cut aparts. You get 4 of each, which is awesome. That really helps not have the hoarding tendencies. But these papers are just so gorgeous. I could just see myself using them, of course, for all these Frida cards, but also for others. Lovely, lovely, lovely single-sided paper. It has a nice weight to it. It's not super thick, but it's definitely not thin. It's somewhere in between. And it has it's not shiny. It's not one of the shiny papers. It's very matte. It's very interesting. I like it a lot. Here is the ephemera that came in the kit. Now, I did purchase 1 extra ephemera and 1 extra paper pack because I know me. And so I really, really love this. I love that sacred heart with the paintbrush through it. Oh, it's so perfect. The kit also came with washi stickers that are just like this. They're like borders, but this is washi, and you get 3 sheets of this. Now, I didn't order extra of that, but you can purchase that separately, and it came with 2 stamp sets. I think it was all like $38, you guys. And then it was plus shipping. To me, very affordable. Now, this is not photopolymer. This is the like acrylic stamps, but you will see here they stamp beautifully. All of that detail comes through. I pretty much stamped everything except for the sentiments and a couple of the smaller stamps. This is a 5 cards, 1 kit video. It has been so long since I've made one of these videos, and I had a lot of fun. The first thing I did is I grabbed a bunch of my white cardstock scraps, and I kind of started sorting them out here based on size. And I am going to first start by stamping my large Fridas. There's 2 different ones, 1 on each stamp set. So I started off by stamping those out. And basically I am just making myself my own ephemera. Plus, I wanted to see how the stamps worked, and look at that. They are absolutely beautiful. The ink that I'm using is from Close to My Heart. It's the Intense black ink, and I love it so much. I can watercolor with it. I can use alcohol markers with it. It's an all-purpose ink, and it's just beautiful, you guys. So I stamped that out a few times, and then I brought in my borders. One reason I didn't order the extra washi tape was because I have lots of washi tape, but also the stamp sets each come with 2 different borders, so 4 in total, where I knew I could do something like this. I could stamp it out in a pattern and kind of create my own washi if I wanted to, and I could do it in any color because I'm using ink. So that's why I just stuck to getting the extra paper and ephemera. The Craft Stash did excellent job shipping everything. It was wonderful. It was not my first purchase from them. I just don't purchase too often, being that they're not stateside. So I would definitely recommend them. You may be able to find this kit somewhere else. I couldn't. But it may be available in other places as well. Look at that one. Just so pretty. Now I have all these pieces to work with my cards. I'm going to make a couple of cards with the stamped images, a couple of cards of the ephemera, and I'm also going to cut all of these pieces out. I just sat and fussy cut those out. Didn't take long at all. And that way I have even more ephemera to work with. And here I'm just showing you, these are the 4 patterns papers. I'm going to use them for my first 4 cards that we're going to make here together. Here's all my cut aparts, and now I'm ready to go. I did bring in 4 sheets of solid colored cardstock, very primary bright colors. I also brought in random dies from my stash and cut all of that out. I just wanted different shapes to play with for layering, and so that's what I've got there. No, these dies did not cut out great, but that's because I tried to cut 2 sheets at one time. It's me, it's not the dies. I'm just trimming this stuff down to where it's trimmed kind of close to the design. I'm just wanting these for layers. So I will grab one of these blue ones and we will get the first card going here once I have everything sorted. So I'm making 5x7 cards today. And some of my cards I leave a border. So like this one, I did 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 for the background paper. And now I am going to pick the image that I want to use. I really liked the blue solid color die cut with that blue flowers, and then I wanted to bring this piece in and kind of keep it all a little bit monochromatic. I'm actually not going to color that image at all in this example. There's going to be so much color all around that it's just not necessary. And I really like black and white stamped images sometimes. You don't have to color everything unless you want to. You do you, boo. So I did want to add just pops of color. So I chose red as my pop of color, and I added that with the washi tape. And then with this Sacred Artist Heart, I just really like that so much. I used up a lot of foam tape today. I have these old stamping dimensionals. I don't even know how old they are, but one thing I do know is that you've got to use your stuff, you guys, because it doesn't get better. Like, foam tape doesn't age like a fine wine. No. So I'm trying to use up some of them. Look at all that mess. All that dimensional mess over there on the right. Anyways, I did pop up quite a few layers. I just think that adds so much to these cards. And these cards were quick. Like, once I had all my stamping done, once I had the die cutting done, they just came together super, super quickly. And they're just so fun. I love the richness. I love the saturation of color in all of these cards. I had so much fun. I could just make these again and again and again. I'm so excited that they were within my budget for the month, and that I found them, and they were just as much fun to play with as I had hoped that they would be. Okay, so for this card, I'm going to fussy cut out this image. And at first, what you're going to see me do is play around with that die cut off, but it's not going to make the cut. I'm going to grab the center piece that I had cut out of that. And I wanted to bring in this yellow. There are a couple of flowers on this pattern paper that have that yellow, and I think it's just so striking with the red and the white and the green. Oh my goodness, this paper. So I bring that in, and then I just want to add more layers. So I'm using the ephemera. These are the cut aparts from the pattern paper. And I really liked some of the frames, but I wasn't really feeling all of the sentiments. So you'll see me a couple of times in this video have the frame show through, like this one at the bottom, but I covered up the sentiment. It's still a nice detail to add. It separates everything. Here I'm using a washi, actually it's a micropore tape to keep my pieces together. because I had them exactly where I wanted them. And this just helps me keep everything in place while I get things tacked down to each other. So with this image, you're going to see that I just do a little bit of coloring for the flowers. Off camera, I decided, I was having too much fun. So I just decided to color all of her, which you'll see at the end of this video. So stay tuned. This card will change yet again. Actually, it changes 2 more times. So I added the washi tape on the side here because I thought it helped the sentiment pop off. The sentiment that I'm adding on here just was blending a little too much on that left edge. So I opted for the washi tape to kind of help give it a little bit of separation, and it helped a lot. That is pretty much how this card is coming together. And there I was just testing these markers to see how they were doing, how they would look. I was so bummed, you guys. I haven't colored much since like October of 2022. Okay, so it's been a while. My Copics they're just dry. They're either too dry or they're running out. They're too juicy. I don't know. I don't know why, but it's a little frustrating. I'm not going to lie. It's so funny. My Spectrum Noirs, which I've had since 2018, are perfectly fine. It's my Copics that aren't. And I haven't bought Copic refills, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Card number 3. Just gorgeous. Now, I wanted to dip into the ephemera a bit more and play with it, and there are a number of fantastic images of her in there, and I really liked this one. So quite quickly it came together. I just grabbed the ephemera with Frida in the center, and then a flower to match the pattern paper, and another flower to go at the bottom. And then I had saved some of my scraps because I kind of just pretty much save everything. And I brought those in to help separate this green diamond from the background. There is definitely a lot of pattern and color going on in these cards. And so it's little things like that that really kind of help rest the eye with the design and bring everything together. And I just liked the edges having this little pop of yellow. And with that one, I wasn't worried about it being short because I knew I had a piece of ephemera that was going to cover that bottom edge. If you hear my stomach growling, it's because I'm hungry. I've been fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting, and I am legitimately hungry, you guys. And I should be. So, yep, lots of foam for popping up. And I just really, really love it. I can't help myself with foam dots. I cannot just add 1 or 2. I kind of have to cover everything with them, which is why you don't see me use dimensionals very often. I just use foam tape because I want to cover stuff. I do like foam dots when you have die cuts like these or ephemera like these where they're shaped. It's easier. It's easier to fill in the gaps. So card number 4. This is another one where I really wasn't feeling the sentiment, but I loved the frame. And I mean, this is just basically 4 pieces of ephemera on some cardstock. It's so beautiful. It's just that easy. Sitting here doing the voiceover, I am shocked I didn't add like any Nuvo drops or enamel drops of any sort. I'm really surprised. Or sequins. There's no embellishments. I'm shocked. So I am going to add this cut apart washi down at the bottom. Again, with these really busy patterns, I think it's just helpful to add some areas of separation for the eye. So I've got that down at the bottom, and then I've got the frame. I'm just lining things up again. Isn't that like a beautiful illustration of her? I love the way everything's illustrated. I love, 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 like stamps that make images that look etched. Like the sketchy, etched look always makes me happy. And then to have like this big, bold ephemera is just lovely. I love 8x8 paper too. As a 5x7 card maker, I mean, I'm not exclusively 5x7, but I do like to make a lot of 5x7 cards. 8x8 paper is the bomb because I can cut it out to 5x7 if I want to. But I still love a border on a card. I can't get away from it. I've been putting borders on my cards since I started card making. This is the 5th card, and I decided to use my scraps. So these scraps right here are left over from the first 4 card bases that I made. And now I'm just trying to pick one piece of ephemera as a center focal point, and I want to use more of these stamps. So I'm going to stamp out a few of the flowers and little stamps, little botanical details to create a black and white contrasting pattern as my background. And I'm not even thinking too much about where I'm putting these. I'm not thinking about having odd numbers. I don't care about any of that stuff. And I'm just stamping things out. I'm just filling in that background. With this stamp at the top of the card, I wish I would have not put 2 right next to each other, but that just goes to show I really wasn't being particular. I was just getting ink and stamps down on the paper. So now I bring things back. I'm still making my final decision, and I go with that one. I like that purple, that rich plum color. I think it really helps stand out against these others. The blue was just like kind of too perfectly matching the blue top piece, and I like how this one really stands out. So then I'm looking through the ephemera, I'm looking through the cut aparts, I'm trying to find if there's anything else I want to put in here, and I decide to put this green butterfly in here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed it. I need to do more 5 cards, 1 kit. Don't y'all think? I have been busting some old kits in my stash, which has been feeling really good on Saturday mornings in lives, hanging out with you guys. So let's recap and go back through these cards again, give them some close-up love. So this is the first one that I created. And, you know, I like having cards that don't have sentiments. I can use this for any occasion, and that makes it fun. Designs like this will definitely sell at my craft fair. I don't have to worry about that at all. People love Frida, and so here is the one that I decided to go ahead and I fully colored it in. And funny enough, after recording this portion of the video, I decided to change her dress color. So take note of her dress color. Here is this one with the diamond in the background. Really lovely. I'm so excited to have these in my stash. I'm kind of revamping the cards that I keep and the cards that I donate right now. And so these are going into my personal stash, which I'm excited about because it's kind of low and I'm donating so much. So I'm excited that I'll have these to pull from. And here is that last one that I did. See, those are a little close, but overall I like the design. And once you have the pieces glued down, you could always go back and stamp more. Like, it's not done until you say it is, right? And let me show you. I did change the dress here. I made it more red, and I like that so much better. I hope you guys had fun. I did too, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.